staring at the mirror. I was like, how long can I survive if I'm just staring at the mirror without blinking?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Who's Joe YouTube edition.
Who's Joe? Who the is Joe? Who's Joe?
That's a secret. You're not supposed to spill the beans on that one. I mean, I'm really bad at Minecraft.
I am super excited for my guest today. I have got Keith Yazja, and why don't you go ahead and tell us a little about yourself?
I'm just a guy. I enjoy playing video games and enjoy playing Minecraft, and I like having fun. And it seems like this space is a good space to be in when there's good people to meet, and there's a lot of fun people, a lot of creative people to hang out with and just enjoy spending time together.
So before we start our typical, in that I ask you the first question that we always ask, I've got another question for you.
Okay, sounds good. Lay it on me.
Did you sniff your own shoes to hype up for this interview?
I definitely did. That's my secret. That's my secret. How did you know that?
I did some Twitter sleuthing.
That's a secret. You're not supposed to spill the beans on that one.
Well, what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to ask you my typical first question.
Okay.
We're going to count down from 5, and then at that point, we're going to start the staring contest. Are you ready?
Okay. No, well, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I got to get warmed up. Moisten the eyes. All right. Is there a record? I want to beat the record.
I don't know if there's a record for my guests. My record's 53 minutes. So here's the first question. Typical first question is, if you could collaborate with anybody on anything, who would it be and what? So let's do our countdown now, and then we'll start the staring contest when you start answering. So 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. My one collab, if I could collab on anything ever, that feels different than if I was looking at, say, a specific YouTube collab or someone that I wanted. Wow, my eyes are hurting so bad all of a sudden. How did I look so fast? If I was looking for a collab for anything ever, it would probably be, oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. The most exciting collab that I could go after. My goodness. I think it would be fun to do a collab with someone like Snoop Dogg. If I could play Minecraft with Snoop Dogg or Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg or Kevin Hart, if I could do anything with either of those guys, I feel like it would be a dream collab.
So I am now 33-0, and those of you who have watched my previous videos, you know, at this point, I am going to attempt to go the rest of the interview without blinking as well.
Okay.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell my viewers a little about your time at Meta Marble and Granite?
Oh my gosh. Wow. You know what I watched? This is just reminding me so heavy of this. This guy on Facebook that does Nardwar,
yes.
Human Serviette. This is reminding me so much of that. Because I always see these people reacting like, how do you know this? And then I'm thinking like, that would be so cool to ever be interviewed by somebody that would pull up some crazy questions. Yeah, that's early high school time. Meta Marble and Granite was my first job I ever had. And it is a granite and marble warehouse in Seattle, downtown. And they sell big, heavy pieces of marble and granite. When you see on a kitchen countertop, like white marble or black marble or whatever type of marble that you see, that hard surface on a countertop, it was a massive warehouse that imported all these different huge slabs from all over the world and brought them into Seattle, and then sold them to builders that were building homes or people that wanted to redecorate their home or redesign it or make adjustments or change their countertops. And Meta Marble was a warehouse that sold huge pieces of that. We would have these massive forklifts that we would drive out and pick up these pieces, and you had to be really careful because one slab could weigh easily 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, and if you dropped it, it was like $10,000.
That's a lot of money.
So you don't drop the slab that weighs 5,000 pounds. The work was hard. It was difficult work because it was moving 4,000-pound pieces of granite, but it was really rewarding just to be around good people. That's crazy. That's wild.
Well, it sounds like that's a job that you don't want to take for granted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went back and watched your very first video on YouTube.
Wow. Okay.
And how big of a roller coaster of emotions would it have been if after beating Barney that he got the 100,000 V-Bucks?
It definitely would have been a big challenge. It would have been really difficult to fork up 100,000 V-Bucks. I was heavily excited to shave his head. Barney's my older brother, and I always thought he looked really good with a shaved head, and he always hated it. And so I was always super excited to have him shave his head, and so I wanted to have the hot odds heavily in my favor because I just thought he looked like a good dude with a shaved head.
Well, what brought you from Washington to Texas?
I was looking for a new adventure. I had done some stuff previously, and after I graduated high school in Washington and was there for a few years after that, just kind of venturing, trying different stuff out, and felt like let's try something new. And my brother Barney had moved down to Texas a couple months before, and so I just kind of chased him down here. I think we find comfort in our family and friends, and so it was something totally new, but also I had a little piece of comfort that was there where it felt safe enough to go try a new state out and do something new. So I decided to just see what happened.
My next question, which is going to be the only question I'm going to ask about your work with Preston, is
Okay.
What was your favorite Preston video to be in, and why was it the video where you spent 24 hours in his Tesla?
The 24 hours in a Tesla was great. I think, obviously, I don't drive a Tesla. I would love to drive a Tesla. And so just being able to hang out inside of one was fantastic. But the favorite video that I ever had, we did a video on Preston's channel that was surviving on a boat in his pool. And the video was gruesome. You don't see it in the actual video at all, but we were all so incredibly exhausted, and we were just cheering each other on, like, we can do this, the entire time. And it was the most rewarding experience to go through that, because I think a lot of people don't see kind of behind the scenes what a lot of creators put out, and creators tend to be very upbeat and excited on camera. And there's a lot of creators that are really upbeat and excited pretty much all the time. There's other creators that are kind of timid and reserved, but they just happen to have a large following, and so they become upbeat and excited on camera. Some of those challenge videos, especially the ones that Preston does, are really difficult to actually do, and actually a pretty intense challenge to be able to accomplish. And that one was just really memorable, and it's one that I still remember today. It was super rewarding to actually complete it.
Well, you started off doing Fortnite videos, and now you're doing Minecraft videos. But where do you see going from here if Minecraft ever plays out?
I have no idea. I think that I've always kind of done whatever's trending, because I didn't grow up playing video games. I wasn't ever somebody who had a game that I loved and spent a lot of time playing it. And so when I started making Minecraft videos, I learned how to play Minecraft when I started making the videos. And when I started making Fortnite videos, I learned how to play Fortnite because I wanted to make Fortnite videos. And so I don't have an attachment necessarily to a specific game. I just enjoy making content that people like watching. That's the piece that's a big passion for me. And so if Minecraft ever just fizzled out and there wasn't anything that was there, then I'm sure there would be another game that would be engaging to create content on. And then I would start creating content for that game and then seeing what happened there. Because the piece that I'm really passionate about is the content side of it, and getting content that people enjoy watching and seeing the feedback from people that have watched the content. rather than, I mean, I'm really, really, really bad at Minecraft. Horrible at the game. So, and I was at Fortnite too. So some of the videos I just fail over and over again, and I have to retry things repeatedly because I can't just quite get it right. I think I die more in my Minecraft videos than any other Minecraft content creator that's on the platform. It's just a compilation sometimes of me dying over and over and over and over again while I'm creating the content.
I guess I lied. I am going to ask one more Preston-related question. I asked Chase this question. I asked Nick this question, so I guess I'm going to ask you too. If you got to propose a challenge to Preston for a challenge that would be geared specifically towards something you would be good at, what would that be, and what would you pick as the prize?
Something that I would specifically be good at, that I could make a challenge around, and Preston would have to make the video, and I get whatever prize that I want if I win it.
Yes.
Okay. I can have an abnormal ability to fit a large amount of marshmallows in my mouth. I don't know why this is, but I can do an exceptional amount of marshmallows. I think I could get something like 15 or 16 marshmallows into my mouth at one time. And so if I could, this sounds so weird. If I could fit the most marshmallows in my mouth at one time, then I would get Preston's Tesla. That would be the challenge and the reward, and I think that I would win it. But I don't think Preston would ever do that because he's seen me try and put marshmallows in my mouth for a video I did one time, and I think he'd be a little nervous and say, no, go.
Well, I don't know, Preston. I think that's something. I think that's something you should make happen.
I'll let him know that you said that, and then I'll put him to the challenge. See if he does it.
Alrighty. So obviously, as a YouTube creator, I mean, you just started what, like 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, a little over 2 years ago.
You have absolutely blown up in that time frame. But say,
thank you.
5 years from now, where do you see yourself being?
I think in 5 years, I would do the same thing that I'm doing now. I would just find something that is exciting and challenging and then do that. And whatever it is in 5 years, I'm sure it'll be something new, or it might still be the same thing. I don't know. But the real drive for me is just looking at something that I feel I can laugh while I'm doing, and I can meet people like you that are fun people to chat with. And that's challenging. And if I can get all those three things into one spot, then I'd just be doing that full force for the rest of my life. And that'll probably change in 5 years. It'll be something different. But or maybe it's Dogecoin. I might just be doing Dogecoin in 5 years.
So final question. What was it like being on the Newport High School Knights soccer team?
That's so funny. I played soccer growing up through middle school, and I stopped playing when I was in high school. But I had this drive to get on the soccer team my senior year of high school. It's the only year that I played soccer at Newport High School, and I figured that the best way to make the soccer team, given that I had 4 years off, was to train really hard to be the goalkeeper. Because it was the one position that pretty much nobody was trying out for. So the competition was really minuscule compared to the hundreds of kids that were trying out for the team itself. And so I just strategically tried for goalkeeper. I managed to get accepted into the team, and it was the most uncomfortable experience I think I had. I would have game after game where I would hype myself up before the game, just pumping myself up. I'd have whatever song is your hype up song playing in my ears, jumping up and down, go out there. Someone would fire a shot on goal and I would completely miss it, to the point where there was one game where I only got the goalkeeper for varsity because I tried out and I was a senior, and there was another junior who tried out for goalkeeper, but because he was a junior and I was a senior, I got to play on varsity and he played on junior varsity. And there was a game, he would come to the games, and I just went to the sideline and I said, look, buddy, if you want to play, you can play because we're losing right now, and I'm pretty sure it's my fault. So if you want to jump in there, feel free. And I think the kid jumped in and he took over the game, and we ended up winning. And I was just cheering from the sidelines the whole time because I was like, yeah, let's go.
So I guess that's going to lead into another question: was what was your traditional hype up song before a game?
Oh my goodness. What is, I haven't listened to it in years. What is that? There's like that song that goes like 5% luck, 20% will, or 20%, 100% concentrated power of will. Do you know what song I'm talking about?
I do.
I forget the name of it, but that's the song that I would always listen to.
I'm sure I'll put like 2 seconds of it right here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've hit the part of the video where I'm going to get you to say, I was not able to beat Joe in a staring contest.
Unfortunately, despite my training and best efforts, I was not able to beat Joe in a staring contest.
Did you try to train?
I'm not, no joke. Yesterday, day before that, the moment that you sent me a message on Twitter, I went in the mirror and I started staring at the mirror. I was like, how long can I survive if I'm just staring at the mirror without blinking? And I realized that we blink way more often than we think we do because I just started dying so fast.
Well, you just did pretty good right there.
Well, maybe like 8-10 seconds. Are you still going?
I am still going. I've now gone 25 minutes. Well, one thing I do at this point is I get my guest to call out somebody else they know to come on here and be a guest and go up against me in one of these staring contest videos. So who would you like to call out to be one of my next guests and go up against me in a staring contest video?
Shade plays. For sure, Shade plays. He's a great guy, and I'd like to see a recap on. I'll watch back to see how long I survived, and then see if he could survive longer.
Okay. Well, I made this. I think this is going to become a recurring theme in my videos. But I made this challenge in my video with Nick. I made this challenge in my video with Chase. But I am going to make a public challenge to the entire TBNR Frags team for a gauntlet staring contest match. Line all 30-something of y'all up, one after the other. When one of them blinks, next steps up. When the other blinks, next steps up. I will drive, fly, whatever out to Texas to challenge you all at the same time.
That would be insane. That would be insane.
So what do you have going on? What do you have to talk about? What do you have to plug?
I'm getting married. That's the plug that I have. I'm getting married this weekend. My fiance, Michaela, is an absolute gem. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. And I don't know what she's doing. She's absolutely out of her mind to want to have anything to do with me. But unfortunately for her, she agreed to marry me. So I'm getting married this Saturday. And then I'm taking 2 weeks off for the first time in 2 years. So I'm excited for that. That's the only thing I got, Joe. Plug for Michaela.
All righty. Well, congratulations on the pending nuptials. I've been married for about 14 years. But that's going to be it for another episode of Who's Joe YouTube Edition. If you haven't already liked the video, go ahead and do that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. And if you haven't already gone to Keith's YouTube page and subscribe to his channel, you should do that. There's going to be a link to his channel in the video description. Go ahead and do that. Do it right now. We'll just kind of stare at you until you do it. We'll just kind of stare at you until you do it.
Go subscribe.
Go subscribe.
And then there's going to be about 20 more minutes of content on the end here, Joe, while you and I just see if we can break that 53-minute record.
Oh, is there? That'll be on the B-roll. Well, there will be one video down here on the left that I've recommended, one video down here on the right that YouTube has recommended. Watch one of them, watch both of them, watch all of them, and we will see you the next time.